Daniel never believed in ghosts. He wasn't the type to scare easily. Horror movies, haunted houses, creepy campfire stories, none of it ever really got to him. But grief changes people, and when Marcus, his best friend since childhood, died suddenly in a car accident, Daniel found himself vulnerable in ways he never thought possible. The funeral was quiet but heavy. The kind of day where even the sunlight seemed dimmer, the air thicker. Daniel remembered every detail: the smell of roses laid across the casket, the low hum of people whispering their condolences, the way Marcus's mother sobbed uncontrollably against her husband's chest. But what stuck most was the sound of the casket being lowered into the ground. The sharp creak of the straps, the hollow thud of dirt raining down. That sound haunted Daniel's dreams for nights afterward. For the first few days, Daniel couldn't stop himself from scrolling through his phone, staring at old messages from Marcus. Dumb jokes, half-finished conversations, late-night rants. It was as if the words kept Marcus alive, frozen in digital memory. Daniel read them over and over until his eyes blurred. He wanted to believe Marcus was still out there, just on the other side of the screen. Then, on the third night, at 2:37 a.m., Daniel's phone buzzed. He reached for it lazily, expecting an email or spam notification. But when he saw the name on the screen, his breath caught. Marcus. The message was short. Just 4 words. I'm not at rest. Daniel sat upright, his heart pounding so hard he could feel it in his throat. He rubbed his eyes, reread the screen. It was real. His best friend's name, his old contact photo, the message staring back at him. Cold sweat gathered on his skin. Marcus's phone had been buried with him. Daniel knew that for a fact. He had even helped place it into the coffin, because Marcus had always joked he couldn't live without it. Hands trembling, Daniel typed back, "Who is this?" No response. Minutes dragged by, every second heavier than the last. He didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next day, Daniel convinced himself it had to be a cruel prank. Someone hacked Marcus's account. Someone sick, taking advantage of grief. He tried to push the thought aside, but deep down, the message gnawed at him. By nightfall, unease had settled into his bones. And when his phone buzzed again at almost the exact same time, 2:35 a.m., he nearly dropped it. This time, the message was longer. They put me in the dark. I can hear them above me. Why can't I move? Daniel's throat went dry. He had seen Marcus's lifeless body at the wake. He had touched his cold hand one last time. There was no chance he was alive. And yet, the words read like desperation, like Marcus himself was screaming through the screen. The next morning, Daniel went to Marcus's parents. He forced himself to ask if they had his phone. They looked at him strangely, grief already clouding their faces, and told him the truth he dreaded. Marcus's phone was inside the coffin, just as Daniel had remembered. He left their house pale, his mind racing. If the phone was buried, then how? How were the messages still coming through? That night, another message arrived. Please don't let them bury me again. The phrasing made his blood run cold. Again? What did that mean? With shaking hands, Daniel called the number. The line rang once, then silence. He pressed the phone harder to his ear, and that's when he heard it. The faint scrape of dirt shifting, muffled cries, and then, through static, Marcus's whisper, "Help me." Daniel dropped the phone, his heart slamming against his chest. He stumbled backward, struggling to breathe. He told himself it couldn't be real. It was impossible. But the sound of that whisper stuck to him, echoing in his mind long after the call ended. Days blurred together. Daniel stopped sleeping, afraid of the messages, but more afraid of missing one. Each night they grew more frantic. They're here with me. They won't let me leave. It's so cold. I can't feel my hands. Stop them before they take you too. Daniel started noticing things around his apartment. Shadows where there shouldn't be any. Whispers at the edge of his hearing. Once, he swore he saw Marcus's reflection in his bathroom mirror just behind him, lips moving silently though no words came out. By the fifth night, Daniel was unraveling. He pored through online forums, desperate for explanations. Paranormal encounters, spirit communication, electronic voice phenomena. People claimed spirits could manipulate technology to reach the living. But this didn't feel like any ghost story he had ever read. This felt too real, too raw. Then came the final message. At exactly 3 a.m., his phone lit up. "If you don't come, they'll take you instead." Daniel stared at it for what felt like hours. His vision blurred, tears stinging his eyes. He wanted to reply, to demand answers, but his hands refused to move. Then, the typing bubble appeared. 3 little dots pulsing on the screen. Something was still there, waiting. The bubble lingered for minutes, then disappeared. No more messages came that night. In the morning, Daniel woke to silence. His phone was gone. Panic surged through him as he tore through his apartment, searching every drawer, every corner. Finally, he saw it, sitting neatly on his desk. Beside it was a single sheet of paper. Daniel's stomach twisted as he picked it up. The handwriting was familiar, painfully so. Marcus's handwriting. 4 words scrawled in black ink. "I told you I'm not at rest." Daniel dropped the paper and stumbled backward, his chest heaving. He didn't know what was worse, the possibility that his friend truly wasn't at rest, or that now, neither was he. If this story gave you chills, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more terrifying true horror stories you should never watch alone.